My name is Richard Dickey. Smoking is a sacred business. The Indians used to smoke, the Apaches, the Appalachians. In Africa and South America, the witch doctors, the shamans, they used to smoke. They smoked to understand the meaning of life. They smoked to get high, to reconnect their fingertips with their lungs, recycle their breath and pollinate the atmosphere with the spirit of their smoke, which has now witnessed the inner workings of man and can testify without fear of contradiction to the sanctity of our corruption and the wisdom of fanning our fires and accepting their smokes. Look, see the rainbow in the smoke? That's not pollution. That's not black death. It's yearning, rainbow yearning. A romance with having to do what a man has to do. Needing to see what a man needs to see. I need to see the rainbow in the smoke, not in the sky. I'm an urban dreamer, a modern man, a city shaman. I conjure up hope where there is no hope, and hygiene where there is only raw sewage. I inhale the modern lie, and I breathe out the eternal truth. That society has always been a dirty business, and no sooner will you come to terms with it than it will leave you lurching alone in the shadows of your own loss. But it was real. It wasn't an illusion. Or was it? Is it? It's gone. The rainbow in us. I must have been mistaken. Still, we can always repeat our mistakes. I never used to smoke. I never used to drink or eat junk food. I used to work in a health food store. I was a hippie. I used to eat raw foods, alfalfa sprouts, drink juices, carrot juice, wheatgrass juice. I used to fast once a month for the new moon. Take massage classes, creative visualization workshops, go to nuclear freeze benefits. Before everybody decided it was less likely this world would be blown up than it would simply suffocate in its own shit, a sudden explosive death began to seem like an escapist fantasy. Now the reality was this slow, agonizingly conscious consumption of the collective lung, gangrene of the soul. I used to believe If the worst came to the worst, all the clean and gentle brothers and sisters would simply evacuate to the mountains or the ocean and build things new, grow things new, living things that were as old as the hills, and leave the city to its rats. No, I don't believe it'll happen like that. We've gone too far. We're all in this dirty too deep. And I can't separate myself from the sewage. I'm as hopeless as the next man or woman. Unless I can learn to understand it, appreciate it, maybe even love it, this unholy fucking mess that nobody will ever clean up, because somehow, for some godforsaken reason known only to my own gangrenous soul, it seems more real than simple evacuation. So has anybody got any cookies? I mean real cookies. None of this whole wheat molasses shit. Anybody got any white sugar and lard and preservatives? Could I at least have a cookie before I choke to death? I mean carrots and grass are for fucking horses. I wasn't born for fucking horses. I'm a man. I need some manly food. Everybody got cookies. I've had a tough day. A tough, manly day. It's not easy getting out of bed at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on an empty stomach. I'm a poet, I'm a fucking poet. This is how fucking poets live, not fucking horses. I am composing my being into art. It takes a fucking lifetime. At the moment, I'm studying my nightmares. It's a shame about the bomb. I like bombs. I'm used to bombs, I was brought up on bombs. My dad was bombed in the war. After that, my mum was always bombed. I was 7 when I first bombed. I've been bombing ever since. I fall to pieces without bombs. Shit, I may as well be in Birdland without bombs. If we can't get bombed every once in a while. I mean, life would be boring without bombs. If bombs not bread give meaning to life, bread just keeps us alive. Give me bombs or die. For God's sake, don't let them take my bombs away. I'm a poet, so can anybody give me $5 so I can go get some cookies? I mean, it's not like I need a new house or a car or even a refrigerator. So don't tell me to go and get a job, I already have a job. I know it doesn't pay very much, but I don't work for money, I work for love. I love my bombs, it's just the way I am, self-destructive like Jesus. How much do you think this world is worth? Billions and billions and billions of dollars. Some individuals are worth billions of dollars, others are merely millionaires. And don't try to tell me they didn't eat. They didn't eat. Not by the sweat of their ankles, alarm clocks at the crack of Christmas, mud and bullets, or some hyper-fucking-fascist foreman up their arse every week of the day. What they earned is cream on their cake, icing on their bundles. They were brought up rich, able to pick and choose. Do you know what it means to be able to pick and choose? The only thing people like me ever got to pick and choose is my nose and my fingernails. They were brought up rich, raised to inherit the wind. So let them fart a bit of debris every now and then in my face. I mean, what the fuck are they saving it off for a rainy day? Fucking pissing down outside. And these rich white liberals who need to work to ease their charitable complexes. They choose to work. They fucking pick it. They worship the working stiff. Well, I don't. It's too close to my bone, and not my fucking funny bone. The bone that's too close to choking me to death. Or committing me to wage slavery. I need not to work. I need to stay pure for my art. My fucking art is my work. And I don't have the time or the energy or the will to work at anything else. There's enough money out there for everybody. You know what I'm saying, Stu? You know it's all fucking bullshit, but the bullshit is real. So give me some money, you bourgeois assholes. Would you condemn me to being yet another figment of man's lack of imagination? Shit, if it wasn't for working class visionaries and fucking poets like me, we may as well all just eat, puke and die. I'm talking revolution here, not history books, present fucking tension, $5 fucking dollars. What's $5 between friends? Nothing if it's given freely. Okay, keep your fucking money, I'll just starve to death and make the romance real. I ever show you my scar? The one I got working in the circus, you know I worked in the circus. On the trapeze. I have a photograph in my wallet, not of the scar, of me working in the circus on the trapeze. I'll show you in the bathroom later. Not the scar, the photograph. I'll show you the scar now if you like. Anybody care to witness my poor wounded butcher kiss about that? I'm not a poet. I'm not a revolution. Revolution is for fucking pricks who think they can piss water. Poetry is for assholes who refuse to shit bull. I say nothing I don't feel, even though I feel sometimes I'd be better off saying nothing. But then I wouldn't be a poet. I'd be a Zen monk. I don't aspire to being a Zen monk. Zen monks aspire to being Zen monks. I'm a poet. I aspire to being heard. So is anybody listening? Don't you ever sometimes feel we should be a little bit closer? I mean, without being unnatural. Don't you ever sometimes feel we should be able to look each other in the eyes and not feel like we're eyeballing a man in a fucking moon? My name is Richard Dickey. That's what my mum called me. She knew what my name was. Last time I saw her, we were getting drunk on brandy out on the pier. I was saying how we should go out west and visit my brother, start a new life. She said she liked that idea, but she didn't think it would happen. And we did it. We did it as the sun set. She got so cold her lips turned blue. Then the bottle fell in the water. She wanted me to dive in after it, but it was too cold, the current was too strong. She said, well, we could have at least left a message in there. But we didn't. There wasn't any message, just an empty brandy bottle floating out to sea. She couldn't stop shaking all the way on. It's just a fucking dream. Time doesn't make it any more real, so it's a long fucking dream. Never gets any better, doesn't it? Doesn't this dream world? We just get deeper and deeper into the same shit. I do me. Aren't I in this fucking world? Yeah, but you're not the whole fucking world. That's fucking I'm not. If I die, there's nothing left. One out, all out. Remember the Alamo? Remember the fucking Alamo? That was the end of the world, man. We went to heaven, but we lost the world. And what good is heaven without a world to blame it on? Oh, thank you for, like a dream without ever waking up. Nothing ever changes. So you eat brown bread instead of white bread. We're all still stuck in the same shit. I am me. Who the fuck else am I supposed to talk about? How else am I supposed to know how this world feels? Nobody ever tells me. All they tell me is take care of yourself. Use Clorox, eat tofu. Win the lottery, you'll be okay, man. I mean, think yourself lucky at this very moment some poor black bastard's getting his balls burned off in a South African jail. But don't feel bad, I mean, a fucker would do the same to you if the shoe was on the other foot. Which fucking foot are you on anyway? How the fuck do I know? Aren't we all in this fucking feet first piece together? Best foot forward? Well, are we or aren't we? I'm a poet, I'm a fucking poet. You don't have to recite poetry to be a poet, just be alive, you know, dead on your feet. Anyway, after my mum killed herself, I went out west. See if I could find my brother, ask him why he never came to the funeral. This is when I worked in a health food store. I was a hippie. I met this 19-year-old girl. Complexion like stained glass. I would have followed her to the ends of the earth just for a sniff of her hand-woven ankle bracelet. We finished up living out in the woods with the rainbow people. You know the rainbow people? They had long hair, tie-dyes. Salutations to the fucking sun, a lot, man. I was out there, twiddling me dicky in the boonies with this waspy-waisted would-be Indian maiden who wouldn't even let me touch her if the moon was in the wrong quarter, know what I mean? I was out there, witnessing the organisms at work, grooving on the inner mushroom clouds, hugging that pot of Colombian gold in the rainbow's armpit. Doing nothing, meditating. I spent a whole fucking month meditating. Puking my fucking brains up trying to recover that eternal nothingness. It was nothing after she left. She left me for some heavy metal Jimi Hendrix dude in a Subaru pickup. Barely surviving on nothing. I had to find something quick or I would turn into a raw vegetable. So I hitched a ride to the nearest city, hustled enough green bread for some smokes, a bag of cookies and a 6-pack of Coors Enlightenment. I haven't looked inward since. We've gone too far. This world's gone too far to aim back to nothing. We have to bear witness to the crap we've created. I mean, one man's nirvana on top of a mountain means nothing to that poor black bastard getting his balls burned off. I mean, what's the fucking point, I ask you? You wonder why I despise myself and everybody else, because we allow it to happen. I allow it to happen, I don't know how to stop it, because I'm so scared. I'm so fucking scared and I'm so helpless and I'm sick to death of being so scared and helplessly responsible for this scared, helpless world. I just want to let everybody live in fucking peace. My name is Richard Dickey. That's what my mum wrote on the note she left. Dear Dicky, take care of yourself, Mum. Not even any love. I mean, I've spent the rest of my life trying to figure out what I would say to somebody I brought into this world that I personally thought was a big pile of crap I couldn't wait to get rid of. I don't know what love is. Love is what you make it. Sounds like a fucking piece of cake. I'm a poet, I'm a fucking poet. I never read poetry. Never read books. My life has sufficient subtext. I don't have the time or the energy or the will to read between somebody else's lines. I never read newspapers. The only thing you know for sure about newspapers is they can't tell you the whole truth. They'll never tell you the whole truth. Keep up with the world. I mean, if we really did, we'd all be silicone chips or dead atoms by now. Somebody gave me this newspaper clipping. It's a local arts critic. You know what he called me? Sophomoric. Virulent, deluded, great-minded. What the fuck does that mean? Is he insinuating I was drunk? I was drunk, I was also politically correct. He doesn't mention that. Well, I guess he doesn't share my politics, but then I don't share his bank balance. Here we go again, money, money, money. If somebody doesn't agree with me, it's because they're fucking rich. How many working class schmucks do you know go around calling people sophomoric and virulent? I can smell that bourgeois critical faculty several ghettos away. Up Burnham Hill, down Prospect Drive, where the Martinis live and the Porsche's Porsche and the maids are made to measure. They're afraid of me, the righteousness of my anger, even though I personally am sick to fucking death of my anger. Never gets any fucking better. So why can't I let it go? Because that's what they want me to do. How much humiliation should a body take? As much as it needs to heal itself. Thus spake Pythagoras, the mathematical banana. Mere skin not a fruit make. I guess my political ideals are out of date. I don't give a fucking thing. It's still them and us. The rich and the poor, in capitalistic letters, black and white. Truth is black and white. Justice is black and white. Colour is a mere distraction. Anybody can be colourful in the ultimate life of the cosmos. Colour is destined for oblivion. Black, I mean Jesus Christ didn't stroll around in fucking tie-dyes. Black and white. Extremism, discovering dogma. It's the only way to enlightenment. You ask Siddhartha, what the fuck's Siddhartha? Frank Siddhartha's a dead fucking Adam. I mean, it makes me puke. If you got an inkling of insight, just one scrap of talent, they'll tell you to get it. The teachers, when you're a kid, they'll tell you to get it out. Try and express what you'd really like to be and do, till you're old enough to do it. And they'll tell you to put it away again. Or don't do it like that. Or they'll tell you it's not good enough. Some fucking 100% cotton printed smart ass bugger with a word processor will tell you you're not worth the paper you'll never be published on. And the trouble is, the tragedy is, being a fucking poet, you know it's not good enough. Nothing is good enough. Not even enough is good enough. Still you're doing your best. I mean, what the hell are you doing once you've done your best? Oh, you do it again, or you do it better? What the fuck do you know? You don't even know fucking his arteries. He's a dead fucking Arab, and I know who fucking killed him. The magic is being beaten to death. I had this beautiful dream last night. I was floating on a log in the middle of the lake. And this beautiful woman floating on a raft floats past. And as she floats past, I realise she's having this beautiful dream that she's floating on a raft in the middle of the lake. When this beautiful man floats past. And as I float past, I realise I'm dreaming, so I wake up. My poor dead drunk mother is singing me. And my child. That was her favourite song. It was undoubtedly playing when she met my father. She loved me, Dad. Then he died, he was blown up. And her poor wounded love was allowed to live on. Strolling down the alley. They don't abandon me now, Mum. Now I'm about to become rich and famous. So I can be part of my solution on everybody else's problem, because I'm sick to fucking death of everybody else's problem. And I'm sick to vomiting of everybody else's solution. It's not a solution at all, not to me, it's a fucking maze made out of jello. And it is fucking sickening. So if you can't sicken them, join them. Me and my shadow. I'm a poet. Oh, and then the fans are flocking. They're lining up outside all the way to the movie theatre. Is it me they want to see, or is it Alan Baconegger? Either way, the people are on the move. The crowds are throbbing, fucking clawing each other's feces out for a fragment of the pieces. As you're proud of your species, the revolution is upon us. There must be that review. Arnold Baconegger loves me. I am a human being too. I am alive. I am not your metaphor for these villain doomed and sophomoric times. I'm a poet. And when it's 12 o'clock, words coming out of my ears, beautiful words, ugly words, dull, silly, sizzling, plain verbals, eating up my unconjunctive innards. I have cancer of the pronoun. It's killing me. I cannot evoke the humour in this humour. Its shadow is too fatal. I'm a failure at my one chosen expression. The poetry of death and the light of life escapes me. No composition springs to mind. Just me. And my shadow always. I don't have a brother. My brother lives farther west than I'll ever reach. He doesn't need me. I don't need him. We may as well be dead. Do you know how far I've walked? I must have walked nearly 10 miles. My feet are killing me. I waited for a bus, but he never came. I must have waited nearly an hour, nothing, nobody. Just one man passed by, but he didn't know anything about buses. He wasn't even sure if a bus still stopped here or not. He couldn't remember the last time he'd seen a bus. He walks everywhere, so he didn't need buses. I mean, if you don't need them, you don't notice them. It's different if you don't have a car and you hate to walk, or if you can't walk, if you don't have any legs, then you have no choice but to keep in touch with buses. I'll never go anywhere, stay home all the time. Unless you ride a bike, it's another solution, if you still got legs. Because nobody wants to stay home all the time. Even if you don't have legs. You don't have to go far. Just out to the house, round the block, breath of fresh air, dust the cobwebs up. This man in the hat, he couldn't have gone far because he wasn't carrying anything. He probably lived down the road and he was out for a stroll before dinner. I don't think he was walking around the world or anything. Unless he was very rich or very poor. But he didn't look very poor. He didn't look like your average gypsy. So if he was walking around the world, he must have been very rich. In which case, he didn't need to carry anything. I mean, he could just buy whatever he needed whenever he needed it. And he wouldn't have to wait at bus stops. I mean, if he really needed a bus, all he had to do was call up the bus company and ask them to send him one. Of course, if he was very rich, he probably wouldn't ask for a bus, he'd ask for a limousine. Because who wants to sit in a big bus all by yourself if you have a choice? Just you and the bus driver. It can be very embarrassing and a terrible waste of space and fuel. Not only would you have to be very rich, you'd have to be very stupid, very selfish. They obviously realised it's the bus company, that's why they stopped coming. I mean, who wants to run a bus service gauged merely to very rich, very stupid or very selfish people? Or in the hope the occasional passenger like me would one day turn up. I mean, it wasn't like I was going to become a regular customer or anything. They just hadn't taken the sign down yet. I mean, if they weren't expecting anybody anyway, what was the big rush? I'm sure there were plenty of other passengers on other lines, neither particularly rich, nor stupid, nor selfish, all waiting patiently and expectantly for the bus to turn up. It's my fault, I know. I should have called first. I should have studied the schedules. I can't honestly blame the bus company. Although I do think they could have put up a little sign or something. Just a little note on the pole saying, "This service has been discontinued till further notice," or removal of pole. It would have saved the occasional passenger like me waiting nearly an hour for nothing, because I hate to wait more than anything. I could have been here before it started to rain. I could have been here nearly an hour ago. Not that I got wet, I didn't get wet, because I always carry my umbrella with me just in case. Especially now I'm walking a lot, because I like to walk. I would have walked in the first place if it hadn't been for the time factor. I would never have waited for that damn bus if it hadn't been for the time factor and the suitcase. I mean, I'm not rich. I can't just buy whatever I need whenever I need it. I have to carry it with me. Or make sure I can get home quick enough so I won't die without it. Not that anything you can carry in a suitcase is usually worth dying for. And I'm not a gypsy. Anyway, if it hadn't been for the time factor, I might even have asked that man in the hat with the Abraham Lincoln beard if I could join him. We could have gone for a walk together and a cup of tea. Maybe become very good friends, nothing to do with buses. But I didn't. I didn't have the time. I wanted to get here before dark. It wasn't his fault. It was my fault. I admitted it. I told him in so many words how sorry I was. He just smiled and waved and walked off in the opposite direction. But by now I was sick to death of waiting for buses. So I decided to walk. Of course, as soon as I decided to walk, this bus passes by. I must have walked nearly half a mile when scoop, up pops this bus, passes right by. As far as I could see, there was only one passenger on board, is that man in the hat. With the Abraham Lincoln beard and the green eyes, he was still smiling and waving. I guess he decided he'd walked far enough for one day. Unless all that talk about buses had inspired him. Or maybe he really was very rich, very stupid, very selfish, and he just liked to waste space and fuel. But I couldn't help thinking he was an above average gypsy who just wanted to communicate something. I hope you don't mind me taking your shoes off. My feet are cold. Wouldn't have been so bad without the suitcase that said I'm not rich. I'm sorry about the smell. It's my shoes, it's not my feet. My feet aren't so bad, it's my shoes that smell. I should have brought a spare pair, but I never dreamed I'd be walking so far so soon. I never dreamed I'd miss that bus. I just presumed if I waited long enough. I've got some baking soda here. I can eat with me just in case. Especially now I'm walking a lot. Because it's obviously the most natural way to travel. Not in these shoes, so I had to find a different pair of shoes. I learned to go barefoot, then I really would look like a gypsy. If the sidewalks were paved with grass, it wouldn't be so bad. If everywhere wasn't so far to walk, it wouldn't be so bad. Then I wouldn't need a suitcase, then I'd be perfectly happy not being rich. Just like that man in the hat with the Abraham Lincoln beard and the green eyes and the wooden leg before he caught the bus. He knew. He understood. That's why he was always smiling and waving. Because it's not that we have anything against buses. It's more the idea of being able to do without. Not needing buses. Not needing anything, just bare feet in a loving disposition. A smile and a wave. I stopped smoking last week. I hadn't had a cigarette in 5 days. I was up to 3 packs a day. It was either quit or go live in an incubator. Of course I haven't been able to stand still since. That's a big part of my problem with waiting for buses. I had to keep moving. That's why I gave my car away. I mean, apart from not wanting to get lazy, I just couldn't wait for it to warm up in the morning. It sounds like an exaggeration, but it's true. Warming it up, filling it with gas, cleaning it, checking the oil, checking the water, waiting in line at the Department of Motor Vehicles, traffic lights. I mean, the long run it's quicker to walk. And altogether more natural. I mean, if the gods had meant us to ride around on cylinders and pistons, they would have given us license plates. It sounds like a joke, and it is, the amount of things we need to get by. I gave my TV set away last night to this young couple with a small boy. They looked at the spare one for his bedroom. I warned them it would never make them happy. But they wouldn't listen. They said they never expected to be happy. Happiness wasn't the issue. A quiet life. That was the issue. A quiet life and the possibility of one day being so rich they could be as stupid and as selfish as they wanted. And nobody would blame them except the gypsies maybe. But who takes any notice of gypsies? I mean, if you don't need them, you don't notice them. Who needs gypsies or grass-covered sidewalks? Who needs bare feet anymore? I mean, shoes are just as good if you never walk that far. Besides, gypsies are notoriously non-judgmental. At least they should be. You ask that man in the wooden hat with the Abraham Lincoln eyes and the green beard and the wavy smile. He didn't blame me for not joining him and becoming very good friends, or for missing my bus and having to walk, or for giving up my cigarettes, my car, my TV set. He didn't blame anybody. He didn't even blame himself for being rich enough to be able to afford his own bus, or too poor not to be able to choose a limousine. But he's full. And he didn't live down the road, he lived in a teepee in Arizona. So maybe he was walking around the world, or at least back to Arizona. In which case he would arrive very late for dinner. But he wouldn't feel guilty about it, or blame his mother for the size of his nose, or his dad for going prematurely bald. As I said, he was an exceptional gypsy. I know he was a gypsy, because I saw his teeth flash when he smiled. And it sent this wavy shiver down deep into the soles of my shoes. And that's why they smell so much. It's got nothing to do with sweat. Have you ever been to Arizona? Have you ever walked into a teepee and wondered where the real Indians are? Have you ever waited nearly an hour for nothing you really needed? And when it turned up, you were no longer there anyway? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about death. I'm talking about loss. I'm talking about giving it all away, not away. Because if you don't give it all away, it'll always come up to haunt you. The wealth, the stupidity, the selfishness, the death in life, the bondage. I'm talking about freeing the slaves. This service has been discontinued till further notice or removal of pole. I'm talking about being naked in and out of the juniper bushes and not on somebody else's time under your own steam and having nowhere more special to go than here where you are now already. I'm telling you why I'm here where I am now already. And how where I came from originally isn't especially anywhere else. And when and if I finally decide to leave, I will leave on bare feet and without this suitcase. I'm talking about commitment. I'm talking about innocence. And if you're not listening, I don't blame you. I don't blame anybody anymore. I'm nobody's fool either. This is not the time nor the place for regrets. You don't have to live in a teepee in Arizona to make minimal impact on this earth. I know when my feet are killing me. I don't need somebody else's map to tell me when my feet start killing me. I can smell them nearly 10 miles away. But it's not my feet, it's my shoes. It's my shoes that smell. And it's this suitcase that's weighing me down. And it's this umbrella that's keeping me dry. The ghosts of life are suddenly becoming very tangible to me. And that is what this is all about, exercising the ghosts. Those ghoulish, glue-bound non-spiritualities that block communication. I'm trying to communicate something! That this earth is nobody's fault. And baking soda has its limits. And the beauty of turning 40 if you're a Christian is knowing you got Jesus Christ. You don't have to be crucified. You don't have to be whipped and scorned. You can avoid all that. You can plead innocence. If somebody accuses you of being the son of God, you can say, no way, man, I'm too old for that shit. I don't even have to be drafted anymore. I survived this far, I can survive the rest without having to once have to raise the dead. Or be kicked in the groin by some wine-bellied Roman GI. I wouldn't even piss in a grease furnace to save his mother from being burned at the stake. That's the kind of ignorance you can avoid being 40. You're not Jesus Christ. You can turn the other cheek in a blind eye to the mutilation and pollutilation of the human species. It's not your business to save the world, it's already been done. Besides, it didn't work anyway, unless you believe it's all still happening behind the scenes. And that this grotesque tragedy we're actually witnessing up front is really just a smelly old pair of shoes we don't need anymore. I stopped drinking coffee the other day, that's why I'm so wound up. So let's take a few deep breaths. Breathe in. Breathe in. No more waiting for buses. We're all in a sacred place here where we are now already. Breathe in. Don't force it. Allow it in. As soon as your belly's full, empty. As soon as it's empty, fill it. Now we're going to try a special breath. We're breathing to be born. Now through your nose or through your mouth. Don't mix it. You can vary the tempo, but keep it connected. Disconnected breath means you're out of control. Like a car in neutral or a pedestrian waiting for the bus. Now check in with the particles of your body. Let them tell you when and if they need to move and how and why they need to come together. Allow the sounds and the moistures and the gestures of your body to happen, and you will be free. And if you're free, then I can be free. And if I'm free, then we can all be free. And if we're all free, then this world can be a safe, sacred and significant place already. Say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Listen to your heart. Let your heart speak. Yes. Good breathing. Excellent breathing. Now jump up with it. I never drink alone. I'm social drinking. I drink to please other people, so other people will be pleased with me. I'm not an alcoholic, I don't need to drink alone. I never lose control. Nobody ever has to carry me home. I make my own way home to my own home. It's mine, I own it. That's a lucky one. People come to my door and they ask me if I'll let them in. I say yes or no, depending on my mood and who it is. Then they leave eventually, and I never lose control. I'm a decent man. My faults are controllable, even without the alcohol. Nobody ever has to carry me home, not even my wife. My kids, my son, never again. In the morning, I think I'll go for a walk in the woods. Or by the ocean. I'll take a train to the seaside. Drink coffee, stay awake for hours, maybe even all night. In an all-night cafe, I'll smoke cigarettes. Inhale the fumes of strangers' flesh busying itself around me as I rediscover old ways of appreciating life. Make them new again. Maybe tomorrow. But then the emptiness will be even worse. At the moment it's still full. I'm still filling it. The emptiness with my pain. This pain is astonishing, unreal. I believe it will be better at a later date. Right, cheers, down in one. This isn't wine, it's furniture polish mixed with bleach. I wanted to clean my insides out. My wife told me this would do it. I told her I would never do it. She told me she would never do it. I told the mailman, but he didn't believe me, thought I was exaggerating. So did she, so did I. Aren't we the lucky ones? All that way for nothing. I came all this way for nothing. To stand here now and feel nothing. The emptiness, the pain. Bring back the pain. Bring back the bloody pain, for God's sake. She would have made him do it again. She would have said, no, that's not how it's done. In my day, it was a pleasure. I never drink alone. I don't know where I live. I breathe here, but I don't know where I live. I exist between the breaths. I'm never free of life, nor ever full of it. There is muscle and there is bone, and this isn't wine, it's furniture polish mixed with bleach, I just told you. I don't even believe myself. A toast to pain and its release, my release, at a later date. She wore a very short skirt. She came to me. I was amazed. She took off this very, 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 very short skirt. I said, no. In the woods that time, I thought it was an animal. I wanted to watch. I wanted it to be. I wanted to apologize. I wanted to say I was sorry for myself. And for animals everywhere who aren't really animals, only images of themselves, not even themselves, somebody else, something else. But not the same thing as they seem. They are what I wanted to be. Sorry for myself. For everyone, for everybody who can't come together ever again. Now, yes, fear on a grand scale. This isn't furniture polish mixed with bleach, it's wine. I fooled myself. I came back here for nothing, to drink myself to death. Believe it is possible. The pain, the emptiness, the foolishness. But it'll pass. And if it doesn't pass, it will remain. Foolishness, not on a grand scale, finally unfunny. Oh, she would have said no. And I would have believed her. I don't know where I live. I breathe here, but I don't know where I live. Right, cheers, one way or another. Is there something I've forgotten? Mislaid the way back to the pain and home again. The cause why I was born, to stand here now debating my life while it is dying inside me. And all around me 100 million billion other causes also killing themselves with furniture, bleach and polish and wine. It's a moot point. What moves a being when it feels nothing? Or best, the pain. The bloody pain, the utter other pain of being still here when everybody else has gone home. They own it, it's theirs, aren't they, the lucky ones? I should have stayed where I was, but there was nobody there either. Age has got nothing to do with it. Age must have something to do with it. I mean, I could die any minute of old age, middle age, a heart attack, or some disease I picked up when I was younger. I'm at that point in life when anything can happen, and it would not necessarily be remarkable. All they would say was, he died, he's dead. He couldn't take it anymore. He had nothing left to give. And nobody will miss him, except the ghost of his own memory. His soul set free to roam inconsequentially, apologizing to animals everywhere for not coming together. Yes, now is the time, the moment to break our lonely habits. She heard voices in the middle of the night. A man, a woman, screaming to be left alone, a man ready to kill for lack of love. She rose up from our bed. I was amazed. She wanted to help. She went downstairs and the screaming stopped. 10, 9, 8. The screaming stopped. In a moment of pure hope, he was born. I could hear the dirty birds outside my window singing as sweetly as if we were in the woods or by the ocean. And then the construction hammers and chisels beating my sperm into submission. The gossip and the ambition, the breasts and the lungs, the shortness of breath, the hyena down the hall trapped in the refrigerator. No, she said, no, I couldn't. I didn't believe her. Then I left. I had things to do, business to be. Would you believe it? Furniture polish mixed with bleach. A man can stoop to such self-atrocities. How would you know? You don't live here. You own nothing that is mine. Nobody ever comes to your door and asks for me, or vice versa. Aren't you the lucky one? I may as well be dead if I can't make myself laugh. Or get drunk enough to pass out till the pain passes on. Or the emptiness is filled with a physical nausea so intense I have no choice but to get better or die in the process. I'm an educated man. My knowledge is controllable. My ignorance is severely limited by my wisdom. My experience is fatal. Nobody ever has to tell me what the end of life is, or the capital of existence with a big X. I know where my spot is marked for extinction in this bubble. It is killing me. The chemicals, the excess of chemicals, are producing an imbalance in my physiology. So at any given moment, I may turn into a raving lunatic, or simply drop down dead and embarrass the world with my commitments. For the first time in my life, I drink to please myself. Cheers. I'm beginning to see things differently now. Things are becoming clearer, the confusion. Less confused, more confusing. I can see the woods and the seas coming together in the same place at the same time. The island that no man is. I can see where no human never came together ever again. Never again. When she left, I should have locked the door. I should never have signed anything, not even my autograph. I should have said, no, not today, thank you, tomorrow, maybe. We were just getting to know each other. What's a laugh? I'm glad I'm still alive. I'm glad the pain will pass. Not even pain can remain forever, not with a bit of bleach inside you. The chemical alteration in my brain will drown the pain, and my joy will float to the surface and bob there like a buoy, sparkling in the sub-Mediterranean sun, so pleased to mark its own grave. A toast to joy and its release. That's a late date.
Opportunity for you to talk to